What's going on? You locked in with the Innovators YouTube. You already know I got the best interviews right here, man. I got PrimeTime in the studio. What's poppin'? We in Oakland right now. How you doing?
Man, I'm feeling really good. Shout out to Innovators, like he said, prime time in the one and only on my mama.
Just to get into it, let the people know where you're from, where they can find you on social media.
I am from the Bay Area, specifically EPA, the little city by the bay, by the water, where all the pimps stay on my mama. But you can check out my music on all platforms, Spotify, all that, Apple Music. Check me out. Prime time on all platforms. That's prime time 2_.
What was it like growing up in the EPA for you?
Growing up in EPA, well, first of all, I moved all over a little bit. You feel me? But EPA is home. I was born out there, Deville, specifically the section. It was like I would say at the time, I guess I really didn't think about it too much. You feel me? Just kind of like a normal, like you feel me? Just I would say more so hella drugs, dope fiends. You got the normal. At one point in time, you can look it up. I guess like EPA was like the #1 murder rate of California for a couple
Nah, for
years
sure. I
straight.
remember when I was growing up out
So,
here, it was treacherous over there. If
my
you
mama,
if you ain't know nobody out there, you ain't had no reason to be going.
exactly. So I got a lot of bloodline out there. Like one of my songs, I say something like, "Peas and real drug dealers raise all. That's all you see." You feel me? Yeah, my brothers got a lot of violence out there. Shot a couple times with gun violence and all that. So yeah, but I moved all over the place. On my mama though, I think like every grade until like 8th grade, I went to a different school all my life. So
For real.
on my mama.
How was that? That sounds like a lot.
I guess it was. I guess it. Now that I look back on it, it made me who I am today. Like I'm able to fit in real good, or able to mingle, able to like quick. You feel me? But at the time, it was just like, damn. Like you feel me? I always had to like, and like I didn't really want to get close to people or like whatever the case was. But we were just always. Yeah. So
How did you grow up? Like, was your parents around? What was that like for you?
um, I would say in the beginning, I remember like there's like maybe one memory with mostly like all my siblings because I got 13 brothers and sisters. So I have 13 brothers and sisters, but six of them, whatever the case is, I think I had one memory with everybody together, and then after that, it was we all kind of got separated. And I was living, I think at the time it was just me and my younger sister. My mom, I think my mom at the time was maybe in prison, or I don't know if it was drugs or prison, whatever the case was. But we all separated, so I was growing up with these people or some people until she came back in. And then when she came back into the picture, that's when I was like jumping everywhere. Then we finally made a home, kind of like I would say maybe 8th grade or something like that. Seventh.
Is that something you think about, like even now, or like, or even being separated from your folks and shit? Is that something you felt like affected you, or
I don't. I guess necessarily like not thinking about it in the moment. I guess maybe like long term, maybe you kind of could see how it plays a part in some. But like I don't know, maybe necessarily in the moment it was more so like because like we started to have visits, and so I wasn't really thinking about it. I was just kind of happy to have my mom back. You feel me? Then I didn't really. I just knew at one point in time like I was with family, then I wasn't. So like in that moment, it was more so like I'm kind of just I don't even know how to explain it, but yeah.
the name Prime Time? How did that come about? You feel me? How did you get that? I just assumed that means you was a baller.
On my mama. Exactly what it was. Got the name from basketball. Prime time always in my bag on my mama, but the name was given to me. And at first, cause like when I'm in sports, I was very humble. So like when they kept calling me that, I really didn't like it. Like you feel me? I was like whatever the case was. Like I had went on a visit down south to Xavier, and then the coach, he's the old country boy. He can say I'm an old country boy, and I was like, you feel me, doing what I do, giving buckets. He was like, okay, prime time. See you prime time. Like, and ever since then, it just kept sticking with me. My coach kept saying that. One of my teammates out there kept saying that. And I was like, I'm just gonna roll with that. So prime time in this.
Did you feel pressure with that nickname?
Yeah, at first I was like, why y'all, like, you feel me, calling me with y'all?
I
With
mean, you
y'all.
got a ball. You can't have a bad game.
Yeah,
They calling you that.
yeah, what y'all doing? What's you feel me? But yeah.
How good were you in basketball? Like, did you had a lot of scholarships coming out of high school? Like, what was
Yes.
that like for you?
Well, in high school, I had D1 and like scholarship stuff, but at the time, I didn't know what that meant. Like, you feel me? Because none of my family members, or I don't come from like a family of sports, so I didn't even know. Like when I thought I was going to college, I thought it was you go to a college because that's where you wanted to be. I didn't know that there was levels because of how good you were, or this, and that. You feel me? So, and I'm like a first generation college student. I'm the first person in my
For real?
family to go to college, and hell yeah. So with that part, like you feel me, I was more so like you feel me, just trying to make a better way or whatever the case was. And obviously my dad was a big influence when he got out of jail in basketball. You feel me? Because if like he was the type, if I'm going to be selling weed or something, I need to be doing something productive, because this is not what you're doing. This is just in the moment. We got to have a bigger goal at the end type shit. You feel
Yeah,
me? So it was like talks like that. So which just helped me get into the sports and woo. But he never had no scholar. He never. I was the one. So like I think maybe once one time my coach was like telling me like he always had these talks like, what are you doing? Like you're good, you have potential, all the little talks like
yeah.
you're going your life away, what you doing, da da da. So that shit never really clicked to me, but he never really emphasized like, there's D1s means you're good. D2 is after D3, so I didn't really give a fuck about no scholarship. I told them I didn't want to play basketball. I said I'm going to the Army. I don't even know how that came about. I
I'm
started
like,
training later.
wait, what?
So wait,
I'm like, where did that come from?
oh my mama. So then I think I went to go start. I started training for the Army on my mama. So I was like, we were doing miles and shit. I was running up hills with Army packs and all types of shit. Like, and we had to do push-ups, hang from bars. I was past every single test, flying colors on my mama. And then I remember like the week before, something clicked, and I'm like, what am I thinking?
Going to the army? Now that
oh
I was
my
not
mama.
expecting that one. I'm not gonna lie.
That's because when people come around in your school and shit, like you want to
Nah, not
better
for
your
sure.
life, and you got to think yourself trying to get out of this life. What can I do to make it better? Different choices, type shit.
Nah, I know what you're talking
So,
about. They definitely do be coming
baby,
to all the high
they was
schools and shit.
they was in there thick at my school, my mama. So I think like a week before, I'm like, do I even have real friends? Like y'all niggas finna let me go off to the
y'all
army,
finna let me. Y'all just finna let me go do that.
fight for this fucking country? Fucking no. So that happened, and then I ended up playing, and like coaches would keep hitting me. I think I finally hit a coach back and like come play in this all-star game or whatever. I went to go play. Then after that, they were telling me come play, and I was like, all right, I'll come play. But that was a JUCO, and still I didn't know that me going to a JUCO was different than if I would have took my D1. So
For
like
real.
yeah, so I'm playing at the JUCO like this is just my choice. I'm gonna be here for 4 years. This is
That's
what
crazy.
you feel me. So even and at the JUCO thing, even my first year, I think I was like number one in the state for like rebounds and just double doubles and shit, like all types of shit. Like I think I was like a 25-19 rebound, like.
Oh, you was going crazy.
So then it didn't click to me because someone told me that my first freshman year was like, so where are you gonna go after? I'm like, what are you talking about? And that's when everything clicked. They're like, where you finna go play? I'm like, what do you mean? Then they were telling me like, the levels you can go, how you get recruited, and some people don't even really get recruited from this level, but they're like telling me you have the potential and da 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 da. I'm like, what? So I started doing a little research, and then from that year, I think I took it like locked in seriously because I've always been like raw talently, like athletic and shit. Like
Yeah.
you feel me? But I think that year I locked in the gym, like just really. Then I ended up getting like 20 plus scholarship offers, like different places, different leagues, and the reason why I chose SF State is because my brother was saying he was going to come home from jail in a year or two, and he wanted to be able to make a game. So that was like my real decision because it was either that or Xavier. Of where I got the name PrimeTime.
Did you like college or like what was
Oh, I
your
loved it. It was a great experience. Like for me, like school has never been hard. It's never been a problem. I'm very smart. I'm very like I catch on to things quick. I'm a fast learner. So like I graduated high school early. Like it's just to me, I just never understood people. I think people are just stupid. Like there's no, I didn't go to class too. I was barely in class. Niggas be like, prime time, how you do that? You don't even be in class because the shit is easy.
Still
Yeah,
got good grades though.
because it was, you feel me, the shit I was taught. If you finna do something, you have to have a good cover up, or what is your goal? What are you doing? Like, you feel me? I was finna leave class, but I knew that I'm still finna walk this stage. At the end of the day, I'm not no crash out. I'm finna sell weed, but this is not who I am. Like, you feel me? So it's like type shit. So school's always been easy. Shout out to basketball though for keeping me on track, because I for sure didn't have no money to go to college, or like, you feel me, or
Yeah.
in certain shit that I was doing. Like, you feel me, basketball really leveled me out, because I am my role model. Like, my people, my family looking up to me. Like, you're the one that's doing this. You got the college. You're doing this. Like, you feel me? So
Nah. Would you suggest other kids to go to college or?
I would say, like, I would definitely say do not throw it out because of stupid ass reason, like you think you too cool or some shit like that. Do it if you're not going to choose not to go to college just because you have a plan or something. Like, you feel me, you have this and that. But I know for sure, like, going to college, you get degrees. You feel me? I got 2 of them motherfuckers under my belt. So it's like, if you decide to go to work, you finna get paid double. There's plenty of benefits from it, but you also have to do your research. You feel me? Some people are in debt, so I think it's just
Yeah.
pertains to the person. So
How would you describe yourself?
what you mean?
Like,
Like,
what type of person are you?
I think, like, if I was to describe myself, I would say, like, very, like, loving, maybe, like, caring and shit like that. Like, the type of jobs I do, even outside of this, like, I take care of people, therapists on the side type
For
shit,
real?
on my mama. Because I've been through a lot, so it's like, I know what it's like you just want someone to listen to you. So I feel like I'm really good in that aspect. So yeah, I feel like a lot of people, there's a, like the reason why I did the stuff I did, I didn't have a choice. Like, if I had a choice, I would choose to live in the suburbs.
Yeah.
I want to be in the mansion,
Yeah.
diving on pools,
Opposed to
rocks.
living in the hood, people
I
make it
didn't.
seem like you should be always wanting to live in the hood.
What
Like,
the
that's
fuck?
not no accomplishment.
The fuck? I was serving knocks at 11 years old, open up doors and shit like that. If I had a choice, I want to be shopping sprees and family dinners and no. So it's like, you feel me?
Nah, I agree with you completely on that. And so, when did you get into music, or like, where does music come into play here?
So music, I guess. Well, I know I have always people in my family always musically inclined, and I'm always musically inclined. You feel me? I love music. I love oldies specifically. On my mama, Marvin Gaye, the Keith Sweats, the Isley Brothers, top tier. But in college, literally in college, like my last year of college, I think I was just bored on some shit. I don't know if you ever heard of Heaven Marina, but that's
Yeah.
me and her go way back. So me and her were on Snapchat one day. And I think too, like, this is how we got into it seriously, just making raps back and forth. And me and my partners from Seaside would always freestyle. You feel me? RP Dre, you feel me? My nigga Cordell and shit. So we'd always just be freestyling. I think that one time I just posted on Instagram, I think my year I graduated college, and that shit just went viral. Like, my first, and everybody's like, "Oh my god, I get in the studio." Like, I'm like, "What?" Like, no, like, you feel me? And then I think maybe like 3 years ago, 3.5 years ago is like when I dropped my first song type shit. For real, for real.
And like, what has been your experience so far in the music industry, in the music game? Has it been good for you? Has it been bad for you? How would you describe it?
I'm not gonna lie, before COVID hit is like when I started doing the music, and it's been great. Like, I was growing a quick fan base. It was honestly kind of like overwhelming, because I didn't realize how much people wanted it from me, or like how much it was. You got to pay for this, get in the studio, just had a little shit behind the scenes I had no idea about type shit. So, but you feel me? People were offering me shows. I think before I even had a real song out, I opened up for like Young Ma off of like a Instagram clip I had posted
For
just of
real.
one of my songs.
How was that?
It was great. You feel me? I went out there, did my thing. I love to entertain and shit, you feel me? So it was easy when it came to that. And when I found out I could do music, I'm like, oh yeah, we in the bag with this one.
Yeah.
So
um,
so you feel me?
what would you say has been some of the the biggest challenges so far with being an artist for you?
I would say now to more of the social media type thing, like realizing that people want to see what you're doing all the time, or like content, or like, you feel me? Because before music, success was always an option. I wasn't worried about no Instagram. I'm out doing what I need to do, whether that's working my ass off every day, all day, because we adults and got real life bills and shit. I never really, now I have to think about like all that, and okay, now I do music. What comes with that? People want to see your journey. People want to see you in the booth, because I'll go to the studio 5 times out the weekend, forget to post, or I'll go to this, but people want to see that. So I think maybe the hardest part for me was that, and now more so like not having a team and shit, but that will come with it.
Is that something that like you're looking for right now? Like you looking for management? You looking for like a deal, maybe, or what's your mindset on that?
I think I've had a few managers and people have reached out and shit, but I'll be afraid to like kind of commit or sign to anything and that. But I think that I'll for sure, if it was the right type of thing we was talking, and you really want to see me win and I can help you, you can help me, I'm all for that, because I do believe to get to the top you need a beautiful team where everybody plays their role, whether that's the producer, the captain of the ship, the manager, whatever it is, that we all know once that person gets there, everybody's finna eat. So
No, I got you on that. I've seen you drop a lot of singles. Why have you like chose the single route instead of maybe dropping like a full project?
uh that's, again, I barely started getting into music and everybody's like, take it seriously, take it seriously. So whatever the case was, I think my first EP I just dropped, my like maybe going on 8 months, when I was living in Houston, Texas. I told myself I'm gonna take
Player
this
Chronicles.
Player Chronicles on my mama, a 6-track EP. So I said I'm gonna take it seriously, drop that shit within 3 months. So then I was working on my other one. Then I got into a car accident. So
Oh shit!
on my mama, they told me I wasn't gonna be able to walk again, but
That's what they said.
I'm here now. So
I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, what happened with that?
I got into a bad car accident or whatever the case was. They had to pull us out, jaws of life type shit.
For real?
Yeah, they said they didn't know if they could. First, they said they didn't know if they could even put my leg back together,
What you mean?
because it was like,
What you mean put it back together?
because I guess it was like all like it was just the way it was, how the bones were severed in 3 places. Because I broke my femur, and that's like the biggest bone in your body.
Yeah.
So I broke my femur and then my leg and my knee. So they said they didn't know how it was broken in 3 places. They could put it back on straight, or if they were able to do that. But I guess the doctor said he was confident enough to try it. Then they said I wouldn't be able to walk. Then they said that 8 months, and now I'm here. That was last year, December 14th, 2022.
Damn. That's almost coming up on a year. Like, so how do you feel right now?
Oh, my mama, man, I feel blessed. I feel great. I'm walking again. It should really make you like appreciate the little shit. I thought I was very grateful before, but I don't think I was close enough at all. I think I was scratching the surface, buddy, because to be able to use your limbs is something I'd never really thought about every day, like how I'm doing now. So
Now that the reason I'm feeling for you like a hella deeply because I tore my Achilles hooping earlier this year and shit. So like I hella just resonate with not being able to walk for hella long because you really don't appreciate it like that. But once that shit taken away, you really like damn like.
oh, my
But
mama.
I swear, when the whole time I was thinking like it's niggas that will never walk again.
Yeah.
So like your little 6 month whatever like whatever my shit was, it was like it's not a lifetime. So like,
Exactly how exactly. Oh, my mama.
but I'm glad to see you like up and you walking good. I'm sure you had to do like a lot of shit to get to that point. I know it's not easy, but
Oh, my mama.
definitely I'm glad to see you up and moving around for sure.
Appreciate that, man.
What can the people expect coming soon for you as far as the music?
Man, a lot of new music. a lot of new sounds. I'll be tapping into new levels that I didn't even know I could tap into. So I'm excited about that, especially now that I'm able and moving around, man. I'm in the studio. I just went to the studio a couple days ago, recorded 4 or 5 songs. So it's coming, and it's coming quick. Y'all niggas had y'all chance to move the fuck over. Prime time in this motherfucker.
I did want to ask you, I saw you performing at Pride. How was that?
Exhilarating. Oh, my mama, I said something like, I'm the captain. Bend it over, make it clap for daddy. Bend it over, make it bounce in the backseat. Pulling on the head, gripping on ass cheeks. Oh, my mama, that shit was lit.
How do you feel like sexuality and music, like how does that go hand in hand and how does that play out for you?
That question be getting asked too. I think like, as far as like people be, for me, I don't really put myself in like a category as far as like some people be like, oh, I'm a stud rapper and I make music for like the gay people, or I make music for my community and da da da. I'm not like that at all. I make music for, you feel me, people who can relate and feel it, but I'm all for that if that's what you for, you feel me, ain't nothing against it. I feel like sometimes too, like, if it does play away, I feel like some people maybe be waiting on someone else to fuck with me first before someone else do, maybe just because of that. But I feel like that's just with anything, so I don't really use that as like, you feel me?
Yeah, no, I got you. I just wanted to get your opinion on it. Um, I saw you get posted on Thizzler as well. Like, how did that feel?
That shit was crazy because they just posted something that I didn't even expect to get posted. Like probably one of the, you feel me? Like something I was actually like wanted to get posted, but I was like, yeah, that's what's up. You feel me? Showed love, and I appreciate that. On my mama, like I woke up hella tags and shit, and it was off of a interview, little podcast I was doing with NorCal Up Next. Shout out
Yeah,
to Dom and that
I'm about to say
motherfucker.
he been. That's probably the first place I ever saw you was NorCal Next Up and shit.
Man, I fuck with Dom to the fullest. We just he helped me put together my own headlining show.
Yeah,
Rock that bitch out, pack that bitch out with D Barbie. Shout out sis and that
yeah.
motherfucker. So
How do you just feel about like the Northern California female rap scene? I feel like it's a lot of dope female rappers out here right now.
I think there's a lot of dope female rappers, and I think that they should be getting a lot more shine and shit. But I think that's just a problem as a whole in the community or the Bay Area in general. I think that a lot of more people should be looked at and maybe working together, collaborating to push the Bay as a whole, like some other places are doing. But yeah, as far as the female rap, it shows some talent out here on my mama. Bars too.
Nah, for sure. Why do you feel sometimes that female rappers can get overlooked, especially out here?
Because of maybe the shit they talking about, or I don't know. I just think like just in general, female rappers get kind of overlooked. But like right now, I think it's the best time to do it to push the female rappers, just because everywhere else we got the Lottos, who else? The Sexy Red. What's that girl's name? Glow,
Yeah,
Gorilla. You feel me?
female rappers
There's
is popping
they
right now.
doing they shit right now,
Yeah,
and off of one song, whatever the case was, and we got bars for real. Like imagine if niggas who already made it shine their light on even just one
yeah.
person, and then they make their connections type shit. But what do I know?
What do you think will take you to the next level?
More consistency, dropping, for sure. And having a solid team, you feel me? Because everything I do, music costs. Everybody know that. Music videos, budgets, interviews,
Yeah,
you feel me? Shows, whatever you doing. And for me, I love good quality work, so I'm not finna just do no bullshit. I'm finna put my passion into that motherfucker. So I want you to see what I see. So I want to be able to do that. You feel me? So I for sure, if I had a budget, whatever the case was, yeah, but more consistency on my mind. I gotta be more consistent. I could do that.
why do you feel like you struggle with consistency? Just is it what do you think it is?
Well, more so, I think before my accident, it was more so like music came out of nowhere. You feel me? So it was more so I was already had like an idea of where I was going in life, and music wasn't
Never really saw yourself being
never
an
really.
artist.
You feel me? So when I dropped a song, that shit was just I dropped it. I didn't expect people to like. You feel how I got those reactions and
Yeah,
oh
gravitate
you
to it and
oh
shit.
oh
You like, oh, I
you
might have something.
yeah I didn't, you feel me? So they all they see is that. They don't know, man, I got bills, I got this. You finna pay for my next studio session? Because I ain't know this shit costs.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Nah, I feel you on that shit.
There's little shit like that. You know, life happens, life hits. You got other people you taking care. Whatever you doing in that time, it's just.
Yeah. What if for you has been the adjustment as far as like balancing being an artist and working a job, or like trying to make sure you got your bills paid every month? You feel me? Because that is the reality. You feel me? Even for me, like niggas, you got bills every month, and you necessarily like, especially like with the YouTube game. YouTube is up and down. Some months are good, some months are bad.
Mm-hmm.
Some months, yeah, you got like, how have you been able to balance that?
Yeah. See, for me too, like, well, first let me give some advice on that. I think what I would have done differently. I think what I have done differently to have helped me in a better position is if I would have known I done music, like if people are already growing up and they know they want to do music, I wouldn't have moved out of where I was. Like, you feel me? Or well, I don't really, wasn't really in the position to where I could stay where I was. So like if you're in a position where you have a good position at home and you can stay there, I wouldn't rush to move out. Whatever, I would invest in that money into your music, whatever the case is, and put all that into that, and you don't have to worry about the extra 3,000 out here for a fucking shack, especially in the Bay Area. You can use all that. You feel me? So I think that's something I wish I would have did, or find someone I could split the cost of living with, just little shit like that. You feel me? But nowadays, you just can't complain about it. It's just a lifestyle. You just live it. I'm finna go to work. Then when I have the time, I'm finna go to the studio. I'm finna record when I can. Once I get off, I'm gonna dedicate this hour. Maybe instead of watching TV, I'm gonna dedicate this hour to putting in work and going to making music type shit. So
Nah, I understand that. I respect that for sure. I feel like nowadays more than ever, I feel like just on social media in general, a lot of people aren't respecting the person that's like working the 9 to 5 or whatever they're doing to get their bread outside of music. It's just like, if you ain't making all your money off rap, then it's like, oh, you ain't doing it. But it's like, bro, like, there has to be a way to get to that point. That is shit just don't happen every night for everybody.
it's just stupidity. It's just people are just stupid. Like on my mama, it's just like as a whole, people are just fucking brainwashed, and it's like stop following the leader, stop following suit. That shit. You feel me? That's why there's the me's out there, and then there's the followers. Like it's niggas. Oh, I don't want to work a job because of my image. What image? The broke bum image that you're living at the couch, you're sleeping at home with your mom, and you can't do this. You have to go to the bitch's house, and now you beating up the like what? You're a bum. This is no, oh, you're too cool. It's a mindset. It's a hustle that you should have been engraved in you. The people that were raising you seems like they did a poor job. You feel me? Or and if not, you need to break the cycle. Life is about cycles. Break the curse. Break the cycles. We have people looking up to us. People we got to feed type shit, and y'all worried about an image on social media. Like social media didn't even exist 15, 10 years. Like what?
Yeah, nobody was worried about
The
that.
fuck are y'all talking about? Was not like, what are you even talking about? An image.
What's your process like in the studio as far as like, working on lyrics, selecting beats? Like, what's that like?
Well, personally, I like to go to the studio nowadays with songs written, at least 3, 4, 5. I can go in. I like to have it memorized because I hate reading off a phone, so I don't like it to sound like I'm punching in or whatever. I want to know my words. I want to, when I get in there, tell a story. I'm not worried about, oh, it's the words, you feel me? So I like going in there knowing, unless I'm working with somebody and we got something planned out, then go in there, catch a vibe type shit.
Nah, I got you. Outside of music, what you like to do?
A hobby of mine, I don't think nobody knows, but I guess it has to do with music, but I like playing the piano.
For real?
Yeah, I think that's
Like that one right behind you right there, or
something like that.
That's crazy. How you get into that, or that's just something you always knew how to do, or like what?
I took, like I said, I think I've always just been musically inclined and shit, but I know like as a, what is that called, an elective, I think they was called or some shit in high school.
Yeah.
It was a piano class, and I guess it was just my competitive nature. They said the first 5 people who finished the book get their own room. I must have went in there and read that book and was done the second day. I was in that bitch playing like all types of shit. So I got my own room, did the little book, you feel me? Got an A+ in the class, not much. But then that was years ago, and I think like when I went to move to Houston a couple years ago, I was out there. I went in to go buy some shit for my in-home studio, and then I heard somebody playing the piano, and it just clicked to me like, oh yeah, this is what I'm getting. So I went in there for a couple chords and walked out with the piano. And from there, a couple years ago, I just go in there in my room to listen. I plug that shit up, play beats, do that piano, and start making music, whatever I do. So
that's hard.
So one day I'm finna be like, go on stage, bust my piano out.
I'm about to say, people gonna see this and be like, she gonna have to play. They gonna want to see you play the piano.
Oh,
now that's super tight. What advice can you give to other up and coming artists that's trying to get on the scene and make a name for themselves?
I would definitely say, don't give a fuck about, make music that you want to hear. Don't listen to anybody else, especially niggas that aren't even doing it or have like, especially niggas that aren't successful for one. And for sure, put your time into it. Like, you feel me? You gotta put 1,000, 10,000 shots in. They say you gotta put the time in, or you don't don't expect the people around you just to support you off rip. Don't get mad that people around you. There's thousands, millions of people out there. Go find someone who is supporting you and love on those people extra tighter. You feel me? You ain't gotta force no support. Stop worrying. That's what people spend too much time and worry about. The ones who ain't and not the ones who are doing, because there are people out there. Someone's gonna like that shit, even if it's 1 or 2. Go message those 1 or 2 every time you drop something. Thank you for fuck with me. Here's something else. Build your fan base.
Do you believe that people, artists specifically, or anyone doing anything creative, whether it be music, cooking, or whatever, do you believe people should want their family and friends to be their supporters, or you feel like they should be trying to find people that aren't necessarily their close people to be supporting their dreams and creative ambitions?
I think that naturally you're gonna want the people around you to support you. Of course, why the fuck my best friend or my partner, my cousin, my sister not support my shit? Nah, they should want to do it off the strength. You feel me? That's how you be feeling. That's how I be feeling, right? But I feel like if they're not, you should have focused on that, because that's only fucking you up in the end, because you can't control what the next person doing. You can only control what you doing. And naturally, once they see other motherfuckers supporting you, then they're going to want a piece of that pie. Then it's going to all come together. It's all going to come, you feel me? Then you choose what you want to do from there. The ball's in your court now. So I wouldn't necessarily focus so much about that, but it does suck when like people around you, like, you want them to support you, because you be feeling like that shit free. Yeah. But then it's like, it's different if your shit suck. Then it's like, then that's what I be like, because sometimes your shit just probably bunk. Your shit just might suck, and that's why nobody's. Yeah. Then you feel me? So that's why I was saying you might not want to trip, because maybe niggas just don't want to hurt your feelings.
Yeah. You get to push it too hard for them to fuck with it, so they were like, man, it's just trash. That's why.
Bro. You better make something, and then they gonna wait to see what they support first. Like, you feel me? So.
Nah, I get you on that. If you could relive your life, is there anything you would change?
I don't know. I don't think necessarily not change, but obviously, like, there's people that aren't here. You probably wish you would have like loved on a little harder, squeezed a little bit tighter, and held a little closer type shit. But as far as like change, I think that everything happens how it's supposed to, and that shit made me who I am. That's that dog that's in me.
What do you feel about like people, like losing people, like as far as like from death or whatever it may be, relationships that just don't end up working out? Like, how do you deal with that? And do you allow people to come back in your life? as well.
I feel like that shit's like obviously it's like a weird process. You feel me? People hear it and they not. I think for me personally, like I think I've been losing people since like a young age, whether that was just people around me or whatever. I think and like I don't think I've ever in my life seen my mom cry, drop a tear. So it's like I've learned I grew up in a way where it's like that shit's supposed to happen. It's a part of life type shit. So and then I think when my best friend had died, that shit was it was tough. I think that shit does change you for real. You feel me? It makes you a little numb, makes you like it's you feel me with why you go through all the little emotions and shit, but
Yeah,
you have to life goes on with or without motherfuckers, you feel me? So then that's like kind of like what you're installed, you feel me, growing up type shit. And then as far as like letting people back in, I think I learned my lesson a long time ago, but it's still easier said than done. Like you feel me? It's like you want to let people in that you feel me, or you be feeling like, damn, bitch, how many chances am I fucking need?
yeah,
I mean, I gave the clothes off my back and you did that. I don't get it.
yeah,
You feel me? But then you let him in. It's your dog. It's my dog, right? She's my dog. So you feel me? Me and my siblings fight and give you another chance, what it is, and something else happens, you feel me? But as you get older, it's like you just gotta love people from a distance. You feel me? Ain't nothing wrong with that.
nah, I agree with you on that. Um, I've been working on that, and I'm not big on letting people back in, but like I'm realizing now that like just feed people with a long spoon. In the words of my grandparents, like you ain't gotta be that best friend, but you. I just feel like you would spend so much time on not fucking with somebody. You're like, I'm not about to give that energy. I'm just,
Exactly.
it is what it is type shit, you know?
That's a good way to look at it too. I like that expression, the long spoon. I
Yeah.
think that's
What inspires you just on a day to day basis just to go out and get it every day?
for sure. A lot of my nieces and nephews play a big part in that shit. My mom for sure because she, I feel like back then our parents came from a generation of a lot of drugs and it was like the drug era, coke on every whatever the case was. A lot of our family members strung out. And I feel like she was able to overcome that and try to come back and get her life together. And I see her point of view of things, and no matter however I feel about however it started, I respect the way that it's ending, type shit. So that just to let her know, like it's not her fault. She's not a bad. You feel me? All that
Yeah,
little shit that comes with it. I love. She's a big part of how my independency and how I was able to go get it. Like you feel me? So
yeah. For you, what would you say is the biggest lesson you've learned so far since you've been making music in the music industry?
uh I would say don't be so afraid to just drop the shit. Like my music and shit, I guess like I said, I was taking consistency. Like I wasn't really putting my time into like I would drop something, I'll get hella views and months will go by and I wouldn't drop the video. Then I'll probably try to drop it or something or like you feel me, then I have to build my momentum back up. So I think I just consistency is something I learned for sure and I don't know. I feel like that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Is there anybody you want to work with in the Bay or outside of California? Or
I think I already said in my NorCal next video, me and SS Rich will probably go crazy. Me and
yeah,
him talked about some stuff
yeah,
for sure. Me and D Barbie got some shit on the way.
yeah,
Uh, that's who I could think of on the top of my head, just like you feel me.
yeah. Are there any producers you rocking with right now specifically?
Uh, Shout out DJ Molly Mall and JBI. You made this. They made that song Ass Cheeks. That's the
Yeah,
first people that ever made a beat for me on my mama. That shit was slap. Shout out Dom. He made a couple of my songs, my beats, as far as people making beats for me. So them three for sure.
is there anything that you want to address or say while we got you here?
anything I want to address. They say they need a new sound from the Bay, and I'm sitting right in their faces. I don't get it. Man, I'm finna come out, I'm finna sell out. Stop playing with me, but some real tip though. New sound, new wave. I'm here. I'm coming with substance, coming with good vibes. Got that storytelling, got that pain music, whatever you need. I'm here. No matter what genre you put me in, you gonna know it's prime time coming on that motherfucker.
You already know. Can you give your Instagram one more time so I know where to follow you at?
PrimeTime, that is PRIM, capital TIMEE, number 2_. PrimeTime in this motherfucker.
You already know you locked in with the innovators. We got PrimeTime in the building. Dope interview on the way. Y'all make sure to tap in with the new music. Y'all make sure to follow her on social media. We locked in for sure.
My mama.